Should be live now. We are going to carry on. So if you watched any of the replay, not even the replay, if you watched the live stream from last week, if you were on it, or if you watched the replay, we were building this ConvertKit homepage. Excuse me, and I'm going to carry on building that. I think we got to, let's have a look, we got to here, this point, so this is my page, copying it. So I'm using OptimizePress, I'm building it in OptimizePress so people can see what we can do with OptimizePress. And even just if you're a small business owner or a web developer looking to create websites for people, I'm just doing this just to show you the capabilities and the power of OptimizePress, really, and what I do myself. Some of the people I work for, if I build sites for small businesses or something. So let's jump in here. So I've got ConvertKit open. I might have to drag stuff to another monitor down here. Let me just put this down, that's fine. So I'm just going to crack on. We got to this point, so let me open up the editor. And before, if you are in the chat box, I won't see them because this comes through on Restream, so I might not get to them. If you do message, I can always reply back after. Let's just turn everything off, phone and stuff. So here we are, we're down here. Now, I don't know if I did here actually. This has got a background. We're trying to add in the swirl, which we call a separator, which I've got bottom there. Now you can't see it because the color, and you can see there it is. So the color of the background color of the above section is really light. And I've then set the colors for the swirls. So if I actually set the swirls to be, I think it was white before, but then it's really hard to see, but the swirls are there. That's just because this background color here is coming through, which I think is set on this row. Let's go to this row. There's the background color. So it's really it's really slightly off white. We have the curves. I think this is done with an SVG, this actual curve, and I can't yet put like a bordered line on my size, index, flip. I don't need that, horizontal flip. Okay, I can't sort of add a border line on it. Not to worry, I could just come back and make kind of a swirly graphic to go in there. I'm actually not too fussed with it. I know it's in there, just can't see it that easily. But it does break up this section nice. So I might even look at, I think it is the same color we've got. If we just go and preview it, we might actually see the swirls a bit more if we preview. If I scroll on down, right at the bottom here, let me check I've got the same background color. See my extensions. I don't know why my color dropper extension isn't there. So have a look here. Want it on? There we go. Turn it on, and let me just check I got the right color. So this is the page. It's like FDF 8F1 is the color there. FDF back into here. FDF. I have got the same color. I just can't see it that easily. But so we're going to do this block of text here. What I said before, we copy everything into a text file or a text pad, and then do the writing. So don't copy and paste code directly into any online editor you use, Builder or anything like that. You should always copy in plain text. Okay, so let me just close this down, and we're going to use probably the same heading, same font, just a little bit bigger, this one. So I'm going to go here and copy that or clone that, and then we'll add another section down here. Just put a 2-column one in for now. Pick this up, I'm going to drop that in there and bring across my font. So if you watch back the last video, you'll see things like, should I put a line break between these, and how I've done it. So if you watch back and look at some of the stuff I've done, and so there is that. It just needs to be slightly, there we go. So that drops down. This is on a white background, so let's make sure this section is white. This might actually make the swirl stand out a bit more up there, but let's not. Let's bring that up. Okay, and we've got paragraph underneath. So what I will do is use any other fonts and styles that I've used up here, and then just to keep consistency, okay, in your design. So you can always copy and clone these around. Let's minimize that. Now this is going to be, I'm going to have to look at this line, try to look where it comes in there. It's quite small, so you can actually just see the curve on this side, and then it should just, there I think it is. So I just need to make sure I check the size of that. I'm tempted even to change the color of this background just so you can see it more in my design, but okay, look, there we go. And then the right hand side, we've got this button. So this button's same design, it's got this sharp corner. If you watch back on the original first stream I done, you'll see all the things, who designed. This is designed by Charlie, who's the ConvertKit. She's the head designer at ConvertKit, or the director of design. So she's done the page, and she'd actually done a live stream, which is why she'd done a live stream showing other pages that she'd built for ConvertKit, some of their competition pages and stuff. And I thought that'd be cool. I've always wanted to build this page, but I thought that's cool. I'm going to build this page in OptimizePress just to show people what we can do, really. So that's why I'm here now. And I think last stream was quite long. It was about 50 something minutes. So there's that button again with the sort of square edge on one side. Now her button, or the button they've put in. So if I reference her and things like that, I'm just meaning her, Charlie, who designed this page. So if you hear me using things like that, let's try right arrow. Quite like that one. Let's go with that one. Let's change it to the other side. My button needs to be bigger. Slightly take my width out. There we go. It's probably a little bit big. Okay, so it is, what's today? It's Friday the 10th today. So we are, yeah, like I said, if you are posting any comments or anything, I might not get them. I'll get them afterwards. Or you can contact me via my site or social media or something like that if you have questions. And we've got this circle. So if you remember what I done last week with this underline, that's an effect we can do with OptimizePress. So we're going to put a space here and another space. And what I want to do is highlight that space, but I'm going to add this, which is drawing a line. I actually want to have circle. And it should be my recent colors. There we go. And I think this font is a bit bigger, isn't it? If we look at this. So if we take the size of this up a bit. It's quite a bit big. I'm not sure what exact size that is. We could, obviously, we can go in and look at all this stuff. We can get the exact sizes, but as long as I'm near to it. Let's see what this is. So it's the H2. It's 35 padding, margin top, font 2.44. Okay, 2.44 M's. So let me just see if I've got pixel size here. M's on line height pixel. Okay, I could see what the conversion is. It might get a little bit bigger. There we go. And let's put this in here. It's got the US spelling for favorite. And they've also, so if you see, it drops onto 2 lines on their page. So from after ConvertKit, it then drops onto a line. So what we can do is reduce the width of this so it does the same. ConvertKit, there we go, 2, and then line it to the left. Okay, and that section is really easy. Okay, this section we can't actually do because we don't have like a rotating, like that, a slider type thing. But what I can do, let me add another couple of these in, save this page. Let's put in sections in to give me space. So what we can do here, I think this is on white still, isn't it? Let's just double check our backgrounds. Yep, this is all still white. So what we could do is create like, we have a testimonial element in OptimizePress, which is this one. And we might have a, here we go, look, we've got a rounded layout. So what I could definitely, I mean, this goes nicely across full width. So what we could do with this row, for example, is take it to full width. Okay, and then this actual element as well, we can go in here, we've got 4 columns, we could do 4 like so. I wonder if we could then do another one. Let me think how I could do this. If we clone the column, yeah, like that. Okay, and then actually if I just remove this out of here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to style this one. What have they got? They've just got, okay, they've just got the name, the name and then the person. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. So inside this testimonial element, we can take off certain things like block visibility, and we can remove like title we want to keep, avatar, company, we want to keep author. I was actually thinking of taking out the text is what so this could actually say something like, let's make this smaller. I don't know if I actually covered this last week. These are all locked together, these settings, but you can actually unlock them as well. So what I'm going to do is just write best, let's just put best-selling author, okay, and probably just put that into all of them, just to keep it fairly the same. I want to make these bigger, like so. Okay, they're quite big. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to make up the spacing like so. Then I'm just going to clone this, drag it. If I add more, it's going to drop down below, you see. So that's how this testimonial element works. Let's delete that. So that's all I'm doing for that bit. So we don't have a slider, but we do have, like, we can create full width stuff. We just don't have a slider. So obviously you would change all these images, but I'm just trying to get this similar effect here. This has got some little moving icons. So let's go into our icons. Now, some things we can do, some things we can't. Let's see if we've got a music note. So we've got music here. I quite like, let's go with this. Actually, let's go with that one. Music note. And what I'm going to do, if you look at theirs, they've got like 3 notes. So I'm going to do 3. I'm going to clone this column 3 times. And then I'm going to remove the gutter to 0. And then I'm going to make this one just bigger. Like that. I'm going to make this one tiny. Actually, like, let's go with something like that. And then we'll change, yeah, I might change the color. And then I'm going to clone this one, drop it that side. No, I actually want to drop it above or below this one and get rid of this one. And we want to line these all center, like so. And then I'm going to just bring them closer together by reducing the size of this width. So we just have 3 little icons. I think this one possibly, if we have another one that we could use, this one's like a, there we go, I might go with something like that. They're not the same, I'm just adding different effect, I guess. Let's take that up to 30 or even 40. There we go. From a design point of view, that's obviously, I could line this over to the right actually, so it sits closer, and then line this over to the left. If I had the same icon as theirs, it'd probably look a bit better, but it's not. But they believe, let's copy that text, put that in here, and then we'll go and clone the headline that we just made and put that. So we've got these music notes, actually they're quite small there, so I may even take this down. Maybe change the opacity or something on this as well. Actually, I might, going back now, I thought I could make this look quite good with just the icons, but I think I'd need to maybe twist them around or do something a bit more funky with them. Yeah, you probably wouldn't have this on your, it doesn't look very stylish, but just creating the same effect, that's all it is. Let's clone this one, drop this down. We're going underneath, like so, and then get my text I just copied. Let's also, set this to 100 width and center it, and then also center aligned. Leave in the future, so then after the word future, there we go. So they've got quite a lot of spacing between that and that. That's cool. And then we've got this text underneath again, so I think that's slightly bigger, that font. I'm going to just take that up a bit. And the colour, should check what the other colours are, but I'm going to go with something like that. Let's just take that a bit wider so it's on 2 lines. There we go. Right, clone this now, drag it down. So yes, if you're watching, like I said before, if you're watching, I haven't got the comments, so I can't see if anyone's commenting, but you can leave us a message or you can contact me, social media anyway, if you have questions. Let's copy this text in here. Thank you to the only person who disliked my video last week. Much appreciated, that person. Thank you for that. Hopefully you come back and dislike this one again. It's clearly a good bit of confidence building, so much appreciated. Anyway, let's move on. If you are watching, I appreciate it. And yeah, if you want to comment, you can comment on the video. So what I'm actually going to, this bit here, you could do this quite easily, sorry, with graphics, not the hover text, just the actual graphic element. I'm going to create something similar to that. I'm not going to create exactly that because I can't do the hover, but we could, I probably could create something fairly close. Let's go and choose an image. So I've got a column, right? We've got a column with a background, and then it's possibly got a row inside that. So let's add an image, and I'm going to go to Unsplash here, and I'm just going to search for man playing guitar. See what we get back. Okay, there we go. This guy looks cool. We'll have him. I should have chose orientation for portrait as well. I didn't even look to see what landscape orientation that picture is. So let me just, if it comes in not portrait, this one here, I might have to just change it. Let's just let it pull that one down. Okay, it is portrait, look, we can see. So let's insert that into here. Nice. Size, we'll go put contain. Maybe repeat none. Actually, size would then be cover. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, because we've got this sort of text section in here, like I said before, this is built in Webflow. So they built their site in Webflow. We're not using Webflow. So some of the stuff that they've got, design-wise, obviously you can't do in OptimizePress, and there's things that we can do in OptimizePress that you can't do in Webflow. So it's kind of, it depends what platform you're building in. I'm just going to add a little bit of padding around this column, like so, and then I'm going to, this is a row. This row itself, we could just add a solid border on it, make it white, like that. This column as well has, I don't know what the radius of these, they're quite curled, so let's say about, maybe a bit less, about 20. So that's 15, and we make sure this row has to have the same radius as well. Okay, I might take it up. Now, obviously I know you're not seeing anything, so what we need to have in here is like maybe something that says creator stories, so just bring up a paragraph, and I couldn't find like a funky handwriting font last week, but we'll have another look now. See if there's anything under writing. Handley, I think we used Handley on the last time. Let's just go with that because it's quite big. I don't know if I can make it italic as well. I can, okay. Bold, let's center it. Okay, and we could probably throw in. So one thing we can do with OptimizePress is just add in padding quite easily by clicking on that and dragging. You see, so I could pull it all down, so it gives us all the space at the top. And they've got a button at the bottom, so we definitely should have a button in it, and we might as well use the button we've been using, this one. So if I clone this button, drag it down here and drop it. Okay, I actually want it to go inside the row, so I'm going to pick that up again and drop it in the row. And this is like an outline, so that's pretty cool. So let's set no background color. And is there, yeah, their buttons are the same. They've all got that left corner. Actually, what I need to do is go in advanced settings and do that. So advanced like that, there we go. So what I'm doing here is tweaking the button border so it's white. And the border radius is all set, isn't it? I think what I've just done is reset. Let me just go back and undo. There you go. I've got that. I want to set a border on that to be white. So border, solid. Go 2 pixels. There you go. And then the background color, I'm just going to set that opacity to be 0. I'm going to be clear. And there we go. Okay, so we now have that. Let's pull this down more. So they have a cool hover effect on their text. I could actually, with this button, we can do what's called minus and negative margins. So it allows us to push the button down so it actually lays over the line below. That line's quite thin as well there, so I think that's better. Let me see what's padding. They've got more padding, hey, way more padding than me around this, so let me go in here. Now remember I said before last week, I'll design something once and then I'll generally clone it once I've finished it. This background image, we could also give it in the column a little bit of a, let's add an overlay, like so. Okay, there we go. So just a little bit different style. We could actually also, we can add a hover effect on here. I think we could do it for the column. Let's just see if we can. We could. So the hover effect, look, the hover effect, the overlay, we could just take it transparent. Look, so when you hover over, there you go. I'll leave that. So take it transparent. So when you hover over, it sees the full. They've got this little pop-up effect. Now the button, I don't know if I can do it, but I'll have a go. Let's look. It's got to have some minus, not this way. So it'll have to go this way. Right, there we go. So that's how you do it. But that doesn't look right because you can still see the line. So this button, this is transparent. I'm just trying to look and see. There is a transparent button, so you can see the image, and the hover color is also the blue as well. So I need to check that. So you were seeing the line through on our button, so I need to fix. So I might not worry about that, dropping that line down. We could push it down to give it a little bit of icon color, background color, hover. I want to use that blue that I just used. There we go. So then I might try that. Let's just try something with the margins on the button. Normal. If I bring this up, like this. So I'm just trying to, if I get that button there, don't know, that might not actually look very good, so I'm not going to be a permanent. I'm just going to preview this. So we're still starting this part, the 3-section layout. I'm not sure how long I've been running for time-wise. We'll keep an eye. There we go. So that's mine. Yeah, I'm not sure about that button effect. Quite like the hover. Maybe the hover could be even reversed, so it's coloured like this, and when you hover, it goes that colour. The button, I think the button looked better just positioned normally on the page. So let's just take this and get rid of that. Okay, now what I would do, like I said, I just clone this 3 times or twice, and I'll remove these columns and this one. Save my page. ConvertKit have got, okay, so a woman for create sessions and a guy holding a book. So I could just find, let's say, image, again, replace, unsplash, portrait this time. We do women talking stage, see if I get anything for that. I wanted like a picture of someone on stage talking, I guess. Let's just go with her. That was good. She's standing looking right at the camera. Excuse me. Right, and then we've got this guy holding a book. So we could just try and get, I don't know, someone with a business meeting or holding a book, or casual. Goes casual. Okay, there. The only thing, actually, it doesn't matter. It's got a background. See, then you can't read this writing. So I need to maybe tweak the overlay on this to be black, and then see if I change that to black. Yeah, so it's a black overlay with a slight opacity to sort of changes everything else. So I guess because this guy's got a dark background, so when you come to images, this guy's got a dark background, this girl's standing behind a white background, so my design doesn't look consistent like it should be like that. And because of that, I might have to find a different image. Should have thought about that. So you've always got to think about the images. Right, let's just replace that, see if we can get another one of woman standing. Speaking stage. And I want it on a dark background. So obviously if you are, there's a darker background on that one. That's too light. Obviously, when you're doing images are quite important to pick. Especially if you're using royalty-free images, you've got to think about what style is, what the background is. I didn't choose the orientation again on that, so let's we've got a guy holding a book. So let me just see how this one comes in. So this is connected to Unsplash. It goes and pulls down the file from Unsplash. So we've got the same problem I had before. Let's go and just change this one anyway. So I might end up having to change the style of the overlay and color because of the let's go holding the book, and I'm going to change the orientation again. Okay, this is better. Let's see. I wanted kind of a businessy casual. That's all right, but again, the background's too light. I mean, obviously it depends on what pictures you're using for your own design. That's good, but the background's too light. And she's on a different background there. So like I said before, I'm trying to pick the background because of my overlay. So if I end up getting light ones, I'll change it. Let's see how it looks. I could just change it, get rid of the hover effect that I put in and change it this way. Let's see how this comes in. Okay, as I said before, if you're watching this live, thank you. I haven't got the comments yet. See now now I need to find a better one of a woman holding, or a woman at a computer, because it needs to be a darker background, but I've got to go with darker background. Let's go. These little things can just make it look, let's put desk. These little things can make the overall page look, much better. That's good, but it's a slightly light background. There you go. That's probably one. Let's choose. Make sure we've got portrait. That might be good. That one. That's a better background. Darker. That's what I wanted. Like a or an officey type shot. Maybe I'll have to just go with something different. That was the one we've got, I think, wasn't it? Right, okay, that's a slightly different shot of her, but the background's still light. Makes all the difference, these, okay? I know might seem a bit boring while you're trying to get an image, but it can change the entire look and feel of the site. So when you're doing your own pages, especially if you're using royalty-free stock photos, then I'm probably searching for the wrong terms. That's quite good. There's a background. That's too light. I kind of wanted a businessy type shot. That's what I'm after. I mean, that's background. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, I'm not gonna. Right, I'm gonna have to just pick one and go with it. Let's go with this one. See if that looks any better than what it was before. It's got more darker pictures in the desk itself, so we'll just see. Anyway, let's crack on. What's next in the page after this? We've got this section and then we've got the footer, so we're nearly done. We just got to make sure this looks good, this sort of mid section here. Let's see how this looks. Okay, there we go. So you can see what I mean. That might just be something I come back and tweak later. The point is, so here we are, look, I think actually I might need to change this one. So these ones are all quite good. I might actually need to change the guy in the guitar. The only thing is you can't read that writing there, which is annoying. So, unless, I think I put an, let's check the overlay that I put on this one. Was it white? It was white. Okay, look, so we could change that one to a darker overlay. And this one. So you could actually just look, the overlays actually could bring in a similar contrast in that look. Let's go with that. And this one, I'm going to change the image of that guy because it's too, the background is now too dark. So we'll just go with that one we had of the girl. And then we'll choose the overlay, choose the color. Okay, so there we go, get it similar. Key thing is obviously the writing to stand out. When you hover over that one, you can't see it, but you get the idea. We're trying to build this sort of little section, and it could say different things like, you know, create sessions, I'm a creator, create stories. You could have whatever you like in there, podcast, whatever you want. But that's that section. Let's refresh that. This is the main page. So we then got to go down. I think these, I don't like these. I'm going to come back and do something with them. There's the button. It actually hovers. Then you can't see that, so I'm not liking that. I might have to change the hover. Could just be slightly darker. So it's already as it is with the black, and then just make it have a slight hover. I'm going to come back and tweak that later. Let's go to the next session. They've got a nice dashed line here. I can't do the dashed line like that because, let's have a look. The horizontal line that we've got actually is not really, I mean, it has dashed, doesn't have that big. But what I might be able to do, rather than using a dotted line, I could possibly use, what colour are we still? We're going, all right, so there's also the half tone background. You can see we've got white at the top and then it drops into the background. So what I might do is just add something a little bit different. So if I go up to my colour, which is here, the background colour, which is that F1, and then go down. So what I'm going to do is, I could probably do it on here. This might actually change the, yeah, I was going to put a separator in. Rather than the line, I was going to put a separator, but I now need to put a separator into this section, which we could go like that. But again, the colour is so faint. You ain't going to see it. If it's that colour, I might go with that. I might go with this colour because you can see. Change the size a bit. I might just reduce the opacity just to bring it out, like, just so it's visible more, like that. And then I might flow into this colour for the rest of my page. Although I know I said I'm building the ConvertKit page, but I'm just trying to, just so you can see some of the design in the styles. This was a section. There's no other separators that we could use that do. We have this one, which is quite cool, but I know that, Yeah, I quite like that. I'm trying to give you that a breaking up effect, so it breaks up the content in. So what is this one? This would work better like that, wouldn't it? So if I do it like that, it doesn't look good. But what else we got? Lines. Okay, maybe it's just going to be a no. And we'll stick with this. We'll make this wider. We could go a little bit bigger and go a little width. So this we should go with, obviously whatever the separator is at the top, the background color then should match that. And if you remember, I just changed the opacity on these. So go back at the color, so go into separators here. No, sorry. Yeah, separators, so bottom, and there's it's got, okay, is that color with a 36 opacity, so that's what this is. Same color, 36. Okay, so it doesn't blend through. That's just because, though, this is too small, so I just need to go back and take the height of that separator up to get the design colors to match. So size. Okay, so that color should be matching the same. Let me just maybe I've just got to find the right. It's got to be a little bit more, I think, because that comes down that side, just chops off there. Okay, the other option is we just, where are we now? We've got this next text bit. Close that one down. Okay, so we're gonna, these colors, I'm not gonna get those to match, am I? So I might just go back. Let's take that a little bit higher, that separator. So if you're building sites for people, you'll know what this is like. It can be, you can end up, some people say, oh, I want a website, I want a simple website built. But even just a simple website can take so much tweaking. What I can do, look, just choose this color, pick this color here, which is that one, and then just set that as the background color, because I'm not getting it right. But that's the opacity, so then you need to go up full. See what this is like. There we go, that should blend in. So we need to then get the font. Let's save this page. What are we on again? Is it left hand? So we're on left hand, and then I've got an image on the right. So let's pick up this one. Scroll down, drop that in here. I don't really like this line at all. It there's no design flair to it. I might even make it smaller. Just breaks up that content, I guess. Right, let's copy this, put that in here. Nearly done, nearly finished. We are getting close to time, so let's then remove the formatting. Okay, so because I've copied this, I actually did copy this from a text file, but I'm going to do it again. And then I've pasted it in here. But now can't remove the formatting. It's not letting me, it might be to do, let's get rid of that for now. So let's try again. No, the formatting's not going. So this is why you don't paste in. It might just be my clipboard or something might be too full, but usually it should. Let's delete that, go and get it again. So we can try that again. I don't know why it didn't let me do that. So down we go, drop it in here. Whatever you make with ConvertKit, make it known. Okay, there you go. So they've got left side, they've got that, and then they've got this make it known. Is that an image? I might have to, Let me see if I can. I just want to, if I can get that image, I'll get it. Otherwise, I will just put in a placeholder. Obviously, if you're making this site and you're going to copy it, don't steal their images. Obviously, you wouldn't. You use your own images. But if you're looking to get this similar sort of design and layout, don't choose your own. Get your designer or get someone to design your site. Choose your colors and all that kind of stuff. Find color palettes and match up different colors. Where is that? That's an image, isn't it? I'm sure it is an image. It might be an SVG, so it might not be. There's the clip rule. Okay, I'm not worried about that. I'm going to write something instead. So make it happen, make it known. Sorry, make it known. That comes on the next line. Make it known with ConvertKit. Let's do that. And then drop in another column over on the right. And in this side, so I might need to make this a bit wider. Make it known with ConvertKit. Whatever you make it known. So it needs to be. That's full width. Right, then what I'm gonna do, I could probably get that font, but without saying that, I probably couldn't get that font because I think that's possibly ConvertKit's own font that they've probably styled and done for their own stuff. What is it? Make it known. It's really big, isn't it? Let's just make it really big. Make it known. And the color is like a pinky. So that color tone, maybe I'll switch back to that original color tone there than using my own version, because it will then make all these colors match up a little bit more. Right, here we go. Yeah, so it has to be on this background. So I'm reverting back to what I done. Okay, so there's the color we want, FF01. You have to have that color because that's why that font color is exactly what it is. I got the wrong color there. Back we go. So anyway, hope you can get to see what you can do with OptimizePress and what you can do, like if you're a developer or a web creator. What is that? That is a pinky color then. Okay, so let's go into this separator again. Advanced settings, separator, bottom, color. Here's that color. I need to change the opacity. So you really, really can't see that on my monitor, but it's there. Okay, make it happen. This would look much better in a really random. Is that an image? That is an image, right? Yeah, I can't highlight it. Let's try handwriting again. Horrible. Let's go back to our handly. Italic. Make it known. Let's go big. Let's take that up to 100, maybe 180. Whoa. 150, reduce the line height like so, and center it. If we center it in this column, that means when we do this side, make it known with the, actually if you look at this, it goes over this way a bit more, so it's actually a little bit smaller. Look, so it goes like that. Like so, and then we need to get where's this font? Here we go. I'm nearly there. Thanks for watching this. Obviously, if you watched it, do make sure you watch the first one, the part 1 as well, because we go through and build, all the top sections. So I've just built this in. So we've done 2 live streams to build this, and we are nearly there. And let's make sure we clear the formatting. This possibly needs to be full width. And they've got the button, the green button we've got up here. Let's get you back. So the beauty, obviously, with page builders, like I said, they use Webflow to build their site. We're using OptimizePress. And look, this link here, compare our ConvertKit plans. We've got a similar link to that up here. There we go. This is actually a button that I made with, as a button element, but it still works to look like a text link. And you see actually now, obviously, because Charlie's clearly a pretty good designer, these colours all match. So it looks right that I used those colours, and actually the dots don't look too bad now. I would prefer them to be. I would actually, obviously, I'm going to suggest this to the OptimizePress team that we have. Oh look, you can make these quite big. Yeah, so we could actually suggest we have those options available in to have like dashed sort of penny type or marker pen type stroked. There you go. There's that. Make it known. Okay, last section is this footer. Here we go into the footer. I'm not gonna build this entire footer. We could use OptimizePress has a list menu element, so you could have create lists element. If you have all your menus created inside WordPress, you could then have, these could also, you need to make the menus first and then use the list element, and when you pull it into your page, you then decide which menu you want to use. So you would go and make a menu called product, and that would have all these in it. Then you'd make one called whatever your menus were, okay? So that's how you would do that. What I'll do is actually I'll probably just do like a couple of links. If you notice their bottom one, look, I'm going to clone this. So they actually have, and then this one has a border on the top, solid. Let's make it 2 pixels, and it was white. Okay, and then they've got social icons down the right hand side, so we can do that. It's nice, and it is the same width. Okay, so let's. One thing I should check is because I changed the width of the overall site at the top here. I need to check. So it's 1170. So I just need to double check that I've done that with all my other rows, which I didn't look. 1170, because that then just keeps the consistency in your whole entire design and everything. Then also this one would have to be, so anywhere where you've used, like, there we go, and then this one, and probably the one above as well, just make those so they're all slightly wider. That's if you're not using default, if you don't clone the original section you made, then you're always going to have, you've got to have, if you don't clone the original row with the sizing, you have to go and obviously resize your sections and everything you make. So that's actually, I've done a white on this border. I'll do something, I'm just trying to think what I can do something different, because I don't want to make all those links, so that's just, it's going to be quite, it would be quite boring to watch. I'm definitely not making them all. What I'll do is add in the social icons, and I might just pull down my logo or something. So social icons go that side, and we'll make all of these actually, just make these, well, there's all like they're actually like a slightly off grey and then a hover with a white colour. So let's just make them all like so. And we need to add a little bit of spacing between these. The size. And I think I've just done icon spacing. Look, there we go. That's spacing out. I don't know why it's doing that, but anyway, there we go. And then we'll line this center in here, and then align the actual social icon element over to the right. So it sits in the bottom right there. Actually pushing past, isn't it, because of my width. If I add another one, something's quirky's going on there. I'm not sure if I'm on the beta version I've got on my site, but anyway, let's come back. Icon padding, let's add there we go, padding. I want to add a bit of padding, that'll give the spacing, that's what I needed. And then icon size can come down a bit. And then we had had icon size and icon width, which was okay. Whereas don't need the line height, padding. Okay, that's us, I think. Just check the overall. There we go. If I remove that, right, that's looking better. Now I'll go back to my alignment. Okay, sit out to right. Okay, let's go and get my logo that I made. I'm going to print that up and drag it down. So that's done with the text element. If you watch the first video, you'll see that. Drop that in there. Let's take this font to be white as well. And my logo is obviously not ConvertKit logo. And so yeah, links. We just probably need. You probably would have 2 links or so in there. You could build this whole menu. So like I said, you could use a list element, or you could just create some links. Actually, what we'll do is we'll probably get rid of that, and we'll maybe clone this, drop this down underneath this side. Let's just do that. Okay, slightly grey and a bit smaller. Okay, and bring the padding up. Like so. It definitely would look better with the links. Where are we at? Let's see. Okay. So thanks if you're still watching this, but you'll see what we're doing. Right, okay, I need to put something in there because it just doesn't look right, so I'm gonna have to put some links. Let's get rid of this. I'm gonna put in, if I just make them in text, you'll get the idea of how it looks. We're running about 50 odd minutes, I think, at the moment, so I'm nearly done. I'm just gonna do this last footer. Hopefully, if you've watched it, you can just see what we can do. So let's just put maybe about, and then we might put something like company, jobs, team, maybe like that. Let's save that. It's got a little pop up there. I'm not sure what that was. Actually, what I'm going to do is, these are slightly different. So if we do that, this then gets styled to be a heading, like so. This is like a slightly, like a grey, bluey type colour. We could go and get the colour, see exactly what it is, which is like that. Okay, so it's like this grey. And then the links, I think, are white and then a little bit smaller. And we could change the line height so they're a bit closer together. Let's just make them white. Were there links? Yep, they're all. So it's header, uppercase for the title and lowercase for the links. Just bring that down a bit, like maybe. And actually they're probably all the same size. If we 17 there, let's make this 17 as well. Okay, so you get the idea what I've done there, I think. And then what I'm going to do, just going to clone that because I can't make them all. Like I said, you could use the list menu element that OptimizePress has, which would do that completely for you. If we clone that again, clone it again. Go to this one. Okay, we then have the links. So that using the menu list element, again, you wouldn't need to have, you just had to have the links made, but then you wouldn't need to, you wouldn't do this. So you'd have your links all made up, all hooked up, and then you use the list menu and you tell it which menu you want to use and it builds these lovely links. So there we go. Look, we're pretty much, I'm going to leave it at that. So in 2 hours, we've built this page. This is their page. Let's have a look at the whole thing. This is their page. This is my page that I'm building. Okay, so obviously there's lots of spacing and stuff to do. And we go down into, well, they go down into this section. So we've got this 3-column here, which we've done here, this 3-column. We've done the little arrows in the middle. Okay, and then they drop down into this creator section. We couldn't do this because this is using like a tabbed feature in Webflow, but we just styled one of them initially. We do have a switcher element that you could have used, but I quite like this layout, so that was my layout that I'd done for these. So you could build this again and flip it and do it on the other side, so you could have the image go to the left and that comes to the right. And then if we go down, we've got this last bit here, and then you can just see my swervy line underneath here, which I think I might need to increase the size of that so you see it more. Which is in here. I'm just going to go and do that because, so I might, like I said before, I might come back and change. Okay, so look, it needs to be bigger because the swoosh is actually coming from the top. So actually that should be on the top because then it goes into white, I guess. Actually, I've done that wrong, haven't I? So let's go back. Bottom. That's the color it should be. Which is, let's copy that a sec. So this, we're going to put to none. Top, we then change the top, go back to the swirls. There you go, there's that one. I think was maybe this one. And then we'll put the color in. So we just need to make sure these are touching. I'm just going to change the size and then I'll change the color. So it's going up like that. So I'm just going to go there and then I'll go with the color that I had. So you're not going to be able to see that much, I don't think. Which is that color, and then it goes into the background. Needs to have a white set on it, which is hard to see. Let's go to the here. This is saved. Let's reload that. See if we can see. Yeah. Okay. So it's just coming through there. You can see how this big darker line really does separate that color. But okay, there it is. Then we're into that section. So we've got this more than creators reaching, that my number goes onto the other line there. So I just need to fix that, which is based off the width. Like so. Let's save and reload. Okay, there we go. And then they've got the moving testimonials. We can't do that, we don't have a rotator. Then we go into this next section with the little icons and these 3 links. So we built something similar. Again, like I said, I'll come back and fix. So that was my version of theirs. And then we drop into the dashed row, which we're done, end up doing with that, and we wrote the text out. And yeah, the buttons need to be tweaked a little bit and a bit of spacing between mine. They've got more spacing below here. Look, compare ConvertKit plans. They've got more spacing, and then we drop into this footer. They've got more links. My line shouldn't be that dark as well, but so there you have it. So that is it. I've just gone through, built the entire page in 2 videos. Go back and watch the first one and you'll see exactly what I've done and how I done it. And let's just take that up to be maybe like a grey. Yeah, you can go back and watch how I've done everything I've done at the top. With the whole design, the footer and everything. Sorry, the header, the footer, and all the styling and things. Let's space that out. But there you have it. So we've kind of just gone through, built it. Nice page, beautiful page actually. They've got lots of other pages in here I'd like to go and build. I might do those on other streams if people want to see them. But there's definitely things you'll see that you can and can't do. Anyway, thanks for watching this. Thanks for joining it. If you post any comments or anything like that, I'll come back to you. But that's it for now. Be back soon with another